Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Welcome to the Speeding Bulletin, your Superman news video recapping the events of the week June 26th to June 2nd, 2015. Our top news stories this week included 7 new images from Batman v Superman are released. We've got a first look at lots of Batman v Superman merchandise being unveiled at Comic-Con. And let's not forget that Supergirl will also be heavily promoted at Comic-Con this year as well. Let's take a close look at these stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, EW.com has published 7 new photos from Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, including their special Entertainment Weekly Comic-Con preview magazine cover, which depicts Wonder Woman, Superman and Batman together. Other photos include Superman and Batman facing off against one another. For his climactic rooftop brawl with Superman, Batman outfits himself with a reinforced mech suit, equipped with strength-augmenting armor and yes, kryptonite. Batman and Wonder Woman have a meeting of alter egos as Bruce Wayne and Diana Prince parry and flirt at a high society function. Henry Cavill is quoted as saying, Batman v Superman is definitely more mankind's perspective of Superman. There's also a new photo of Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. While his version of the villain might be sporting luscious locks in this photo, you can rest assured that the movie will feature that iconic chrome dome. Buy this week's Entertainment Weekly for even more behind the scenes with Batman v Superman and more Comic-Con 2015 previews. Warner Bros. Sent out a press release officially announcing the inclusion of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice in their Hall H presentation at Comic-Con on Saturday, July 11th. Zack Snyder and stars Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill will be joined by castmates Amy Adams, Jesse Eisenberg, Jeremy Irons, Holly Hunter and Gal Gadot for a sneak peek at the 2016 action-adventure that brings the superheroes together on the big screen for the very first time. Funko are planning a big showing at San Diego this year, with 10 waves of different Comic-Con exclusives announced so far. Wave 10 has the first toys tied to next year's Batman v Superman film. These bobblehead figures of Batman and Superman come in the form of Funko's Pop Heroes, a 2-pack that gives the Dark Knight a batarang while the Man of Steel is in flight. Monogram has announced that their 2015 Comic-Con International exclusive offering is a limited edition DC Batman vs Superman pewter keyring box set. Reminiscent of the Dark Knight, this keyring set comes beautifully encased in a sophisticated black box. The Man of Steel adds a finishing touch to each keyring with its brushed metal design and smooth shiny finish. This is a 1,000-piece limited edition. USA Today gave us our first look at Mattel's Batman v Superman action figure 2-pack of Superman and Batman. Each of the 6-inch tall figures comes with fabric capes, display bases that combine to form the film's iconic logo, and lights and sounds packaging teasing one of the big moments from the upcoming movie. In addition to a Hot Wheels Batmobile, the Mattel booth at Comic-Con is slated to display a life-sized Hot Wheels build of a Batman v Superman twin-mill car design to celebrate the film. Graphics on the car are inspired from the film suits of both heroes, and a die-cast toy version of the vehicle will be on sale in the spring as part of a movie-inspired Hot Wheels line. Mattel also has a new Barbie line coming out this spring, and at their booth the company is showcasing a doll based on actress Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Warner Bros. Home Entertainment released the back cover artwork for the Blu-ray and DVD versions of the upcoming DC Universe original movie, Justice League Gods and Monsters. The film will be released by Warner Bros. Home Entertainment on digital HD on July 14th and as a Blu-ray combo pack and DVD on July 28th. Speaking of which, DC All Access gave us an all-new clip from Justice League Gods and Monsters. Check it out.
Knock, knock.
How long has this been down here?
Too long.
Superman! Superman, where are you? Mr. Trevor, what raid would be complete without your cautionary tones? We found their bunker, under the Casnian embassy.
Don't do anything until we get there.
Hear me? Stay back!
We disappoint again.
In TV news, as part of their Comic-Con preview, EW.com published an interview with Melissa Benoist to find out all about her feelings on playing Supergirl, what the auditioning process was like, and what research she's done for her new role. She said, "When I learned that I got the part, there were a mixture of many emotions that rushed through me. Elation, relief, immense joy, and then there was also a huge sense of responsibility that came immediately. I definitely thought to myself, oh man, you've got your work cut out for you." Warner Brothers Television will once again promote its most popular TV shows with a series of official bags for those attending Comic-Con in San Diego this month. And there's a Supergirl bag amongst the collection. The bags, which double as backpacks, also include Arrow, The Flash, Gotham and others. More than 130,000 bags have been produced and will be provided to Comic-Con attendees throughout the event. Warner Brothers Television and TV Guide magazine have joined forces to showcase the studio's Comic-Con programming with a special edition of the magazine for the 6th year in a row. The 2015 edition features 4 collectible covers from WB-TV and DC Entertainment series, including Melissa Benoist as Supergirl. Warner Brothers will distribute the TV Guide magazine special issue to fans for free at Warner Brothers booth throughout Comic-Con. For those unable to attend Comic-Con in person, all 4 collectible covers will be on sale from July 7th at retailers nationwide, as well as online beginning July 6th. The special issue will also be available for exclusive digital download on Nook by Barnes & Noble tablets. In comic book news, the full 4-day schedule for Comic-Con has been released, and DC Comics has a Superman panel titled Superman Are You Ready?, which will take place on Friday, July 10th at 1:45 p.m. in room 6DE. Fly to this panel to learn the truth behind the comics and discover what Clark's life is like now that his secret is out. DC Comics published an interview with Greg Pak and Aaron Kuder, the creative team taking care of Action Comics, and asked them all about the current Truth arc and the changes that Superman is going through. Pak said, "Keep your eyes open for a brand new character named Lee Lambert in particular. She's a firefighter who lives in Clark's building and becomes a leader of the community that grows there after the reveal of Clark's secret identity." Speaking more on this topic in a video interview with DC All Access, Greg Pak had this to say.
And we're introducing a brand new LL. Her name is Lee Lambert, and she is a firefighter who lives on Clark's block. And we'll find out exactly what's going on with her as the storyline continues.
With DC Comics having moved from New York to LA, the Hollywood Reporter filed a video report on some of the interesting items found within the archive library within the offices of DC Comics, and some of the rarer and more interesting items that are housed there, including a copy of Superman's debut issue, Action Comics #1. Comic books we reviewed this week included Superman #41, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 3 out of 5, saying, "This issue isn't terrible, but the fact it's the lead in the endgame means it has to live up to the devastation that has been unfolding in parts 2, 3, 4 and 5, and so far it hasn't." Keith Summer returned to review Teen Titans #9, saying, "I enjoyed this issue a fair bit, so much so that I went back and bought all the issues from when this series was relaunched last year, and he rated this issue a 4 out of 5. Superman comics available this week from July 1st include Injustice Gods Among Us Year 4 Chapter 9 digital comic has been available since June 30th, Action Comics #42, which is available in a variant cover, and Bizarro #2. Whether you're at the beach, pool, or just coming out of the shower, these Superman towels are exactly what you need to dry off. Get the ever-popular Superman Shield beach towel for $13.99. Or how about a Superman bath towel cape for $24.69? These and other great Superman towels are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. And in other news, as I mentioned earlier, the full 4-day schedule for Comic-Con has been released, and there are a number of Superman-related panels and events we think those attending might like to know about. One in particular is the panel titled Up, Up and Away, 75th Anniversary of the 1940 premiere of the Superman radio series, which will be hosted at 10 a.m. on Thursday, July 9th. The Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz has been updated for another month, and the 3 questions we're asking you this time around are: in what city is Comic-Con International held each year? In what country was Superman the movie mostly filmed? And in what country was the movie Superman Returns mostly filmed? If you think you know the answers to all 3 questions, come by the site now and submit your entry. That's all the news there was for the week June 26th to July 2nd. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. Now, even though this is a pretty cool cover drawn by John Romita Jr., and I did kind of like the idea behind it, it was kind of based on other ideas I've seen before, other covers, kind of the traditional Superman changing from Clark Kent into Superman. Now we're in the Truth arc, and there is no separate Clark Kent from Superman. There is no glasses. There is no khaki pants with a shirt he can tear open. There is no other persona, because there's also no Superman uniform, because he's now Clark Kent. Everybody knows that Superman is Clark Kent. Why does this concern me in having to do with John Romita? Why do I have John Romita in the background? John Romita was recently asked about Lois Lane and her connection to the Superman comic books and what he wants to do with her and how she fits in and what the deal is, and he said some things that are disconcerting. Now, the reason why you shouldn't worry too much is because most of the time John Romita is just an artist, and by artist I mean guy who tries to draw Superman or other characters, but in my opinion not very well. Every issue since he's come on board has been sloppy, and I guess if that's his style, to me, it just sounds like an excuse. Well, yes, your issues are very sloppy. Well, no, that's just the way I draw. Well, how are you a professional artist? I don't know. And maybe he doesn't think he is. I sometimes wonder if he just got his job because his dad was John Romita, not John Romita Jr., and his dad actually had some skill and some talent and some reverence and some thought behind what he was doing. Romita's not the writer, but here he is telling us that through most of Lois Lane's career, she hasn't been involved with Superman in a romantic way, and that she's strong, and she's intelligent, and she's independent, and if she wants to be a bitch, then she can go right ahead and be a bitch. And that's her right, and that's true. It's everybody's right. If they want to be a jerk, they can go ahead and be a jerk. He went ahead and said she has every reason to be a bitch toward Clark. She should never get in a relationship with him again. I think the romance should be over. We did that long enough. Now it's time for something new with Lois. Okay, well, some of those words make sense. You should always be striving to do something new with characters. You should always be moving towards something that hasn't been seen before, not just rehashing things over and over again. I get that, but is it really all that interesting to make her a bitch? Is it really all that interesting to have her think that Clark's an a-hole, as he says in the article? And he doesn't say she thinks he is. He says Clark is, and he calls him a doofus. Is this the kind of a guy that seems all that enamored with Superman as a character? It seems to me he doesn't like him very much. And it doesn't seem like he likes Lois all that much either. And he doesn't seem like he gets the dynamic. Not that he needs to, if he's just going to be the artist, but now I'm starting to wonder if Jeff Johns didn't fly the coop as soon as John Romita Jr. started spouting all this nonsense and acting like an idiot. I don't know. I don't know the guy. And on a personal level, he could be a lovely man. But he just doesn't seem like he really likes Lois or Superman, and we've got him drawing our characters. And here's the other thing that bothers me, and I said this on this week's Radio KAL, which you can listen to at the Superman homepage. What's the deal with the Truth arc? You know, people are already mad enough that you changed his costume once. They didn't like it. You now took his costume away. He's wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and he's a brawler, and he has no powers. He has some powers. He's not completely weak. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that he's doing. The Fortress took his suit away. Everyone knows he's Superman. I don't know how you're going to fix all that stuff, but you don't even have the books in order. You know, a few months ago, before the Convergence arc came out, I read Batman, Superman, number whatever it was, and at the end of it, Superman still doesn't have his power, and he's been stabbed seemingly to death. He's on the ground, he's bleeding, by a woman who blames him for getting her friend killed, even though it was the guy that was trying to get Bane, tell Bane that Clark was, you know, where he was. He was betraying the group in order to save his own life, but Bane killed him anyway. So here he is with no powers, and the Truth arc is going to start, and it says, oh, it continues in June when Convergence is over. So I go to the Batman Superman, that's the new book after Convergence is over, and it's already in the middle of the Truth arc. So then I go to Action, and it's already in the middle of the Truth arc. So then I go to Superman, and it's already... Actually, I think Superman is the one where it's going to start. It hasn't come out yet, or maybe it's out now, but the point is there were a bunch of other books out that were in different positions in this truth story, and this is, if you're DC editorial and you're going to put out a story like this and you know it's going to rankle some hairs, you got to at least put it out in order. Don't give yourself more reasons for the fans to be annoyed at you. Anyway, hopefully I'll read the beginning of the truth arc and find out why Lois is being a, as Romita says, bitch, and how Clark can stop being an a-hole from this point forward when I finally read how the whole story comes together. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky. But if it's a sky drawn by Romita, you might not be sure it's a sky, so just watch where you're looking.